Hello gamers, SoftKitty99 on the Creative Builds world, and we've been building lots of medieval houses lately, so I think it's time we build something a little bit different. I was thinking we'd go for something that's more sort of old style farmhouse stroke old style house with porch. Let's see how this goes. In my head it sounds good. Let's see what happens when I try and translate this into the real world. I want to put a porch on the outside of this house, so I want it to be set back a few squares away from the actual road area. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've decided to leave a gap of 4 before we start building so that we've got a space for a little porch. I'm going to use cobblestone for that old world sort of old house feel. I want to put a row of 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And let's make it a square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's bring that all the way around. Hey piggies, don't be inside my house. You need to move before I build, guys. Why is it everywhere I go to build I end up with animals chasing me all the time? I'm going to make the whole thing a square and then we'll add the windows and stuff later, I think. Oh, howdy dear piggies, you're going to cause me trouble, aren't you? Right, so we're going to want to go all the way around here, aren't we? So we're going to want... how high are we going to want it? I'm going to put... let's get some big oak planks as well. So I'm going to grab the oak planks and fill a floor in all the way around here. As you can tell, we're going to raise up the outside of the house with a porch, and the access to the house will be from the porch, so we want to be 1 square high on the inside of the build to make the floor in the right level for where the porch will be. And we've got animals trapped inside the building. Mr. Animals, you're going to need to come out. Guys, get out of my build, please. I might want a double door at the front of the house, so let's open that space and hope that the animals will all leave before we actually finish building. Hey Mr. Sheep, could you possibly come out of my house? Come on, move, please. Could you leave, please? Ooh, it's going to be difficult to bounce him out, isn't it? Come on, I'm going to push you out. Push. Nope, missed. Go on, go out, please. Go on, go on. Go out the build, please. Don't want you inside the house. Could you please go out the house, Mr. Sheep? Oh dear. No, it's going to cause me even more trouble. Well, you come out here. Oh, leave him. Hopefully he'll come out on his own. We're then going to want to put a porch on the outside of the house. Yes, he left. Right, quickly grab the doors. I thought the oak doors might look nice here. And I'm going to put a double door right on the corner here, like so. I thought that might work okay. Right, we're going to want a porch on the outside of the house. So what I want to do is I want to think 1, 2, 3 blocks wide. And then we'll run this along the front of the house and along one side of the house. I'm going on this side because we've got a view over the ocean from this way, so having the porch on that side would be quite nice. In fact, you might want to wrap the porch around the back if you've got a view like this, perhaps. But I'm not on the side. I'm just on 2 sides, not on all sides of the house. You could adapt the build, of course, and put the porch all the way around the house. But I want it on 2 sides for now. Let me show you what I'm thinking. That tree is in the way, isn't it? So 3 blocks wide for the porch with the... Actually, do you know, that's probably not good. Now I've done that, I think we could have made it slightly different. I think it would be better if we grab the stairs, and on the edges if we tilt it so that we have upside down stairs running around the edge of it. That will then make the porch, if I can put down, you can see that the porch is then extending over the edge without being quite so blocky. As it was before, it was very, very blocky, and I don't think that was quite so good. Right, so what I want to do here, where we're going to have our door, we're going to want it to be slightly different. I think we're going to want to put a block, and then we're going to want to put the stairs this way so that we've actually got access. So right in front of the door, you're going to want 2 stairs where you're going to have access so that you can walk up onto the porch. And right at the side, 1 block either side, you want a full block, and then you go back to the upside down stairs all the way around the edges here, like this. And you might need to replace some of the blocks underneath with proper grass if it's gone dark like this, if you don't like the look. And we're nearly there. Yes, I think that looks much nicer with the upside down stairs on the edge there. It just makes it look better, I think. So we've got the basis of our porch starting here, and we have our access right here. So what I'm going to do right in front of here, all 4 of those, I'm going to pop in some cobble so that you have the access up and down from the front of the house, right like that. Now we're going to want to extend the house upwards. So you're going to want to go up and around the door, like so, and then you're going to want to fill in the walls to the same height all the way around the build. And the house, as you can see, is starting to come together now. And I've got trees in my way. Everywhere I go and build, there are trees. There are so many trees in this place. You just don't understand how many trees there are until you try to start building on it. And everywhere you want to build, you find animals or trees. And here we are. So we now have a wall 1, 2, 3 high on all sides of the build, which will give you 3 high on the inside, which is just enough for a headroom, I think, for a nice interior wall. So we're going to put 1 more on so that we've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 tall all the way around the build. And that will be high enough for our first level of our house. What I would like to do now is to grab the oak slabs and start to think about where we're going to have our next level of our house. So I want to start running a floor into the build for the upstairs for where the bedroom is going to be. Now I would like to grab the dark oak here, and we're going to want to put some stairs up to the upstairs. Now I would like, I think, to possibly have two. Will that fit? Yes, in fact we could even go further forward, I think. No, I think that's good. So then we've got enough space here for two slabs behind where the stairs meet at the top of the build. Extend the stairs out one more so that you've got a double staircase. And I'm going to want to put in a wall to separate where the stairs are from the rest of the build. So I'm going to have to knock a few of those planks out upstairs because I've put them a little bit too far across because I wasn't 100% sure where I was going to want the wall. And I'm going to want a double door into the living room area here. So we're going to want to put the doors here so that we have our living room area, and we are going to need some form of lighting. So let's grab some torches and just pop a bit of light in. You might want to change where these torches are later. 1, 2, pop them in there. 1, 2, 2. In fact, that might not work because I might put, when I put the windows in, that might pop those off. We'll have a look in a minute. So let's not forget to put in a torch for where the stairs are, so there's a little bit of light there. And we have a upstairs here, we're going to have a bedroom. So you can begin to raise up the second floor here. 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3 tall, and then we're going to be able to put the upstairs on here. 1, 2, 3, 4 headroom to the front here. And we're going to have a double door into the bedroom. Let's put the doors on the interior just like this. I'll continue across here. Do that on all the sides so that we now have our bedroom upstairs. Going to want to extend this here for the top of the stairs and access to the bedroom. And 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks back, then going to close in above the stairs here. I want to double check that I can actually walk up and down to make sure I've not made it too small. Now if we come around the front here, then like to put a door, let me think, and we're going to put the door 1 block away from the wall here. Let's pop the door there, like so. And then here I want to grab some dark oak slab and fill in this gap right here. So we've got a small porch area, and we then want to add a fence using the dark oak again around the edge, and put right in the corner a support beam which runs as tall as the walls are, just like that. And then double check inside that you can walk up and down your stairs easily with things where they are, just like so. And you might even want to make it look a little bit neater by adding the extra slab here if you've got headroom, but I don't, so I'm going to remove that. And that is what it looks like from underneath. And you walk up your stairs just like this. Now what we're going to need is, of course, some more fencing on the edge of where we have our porch. So you're going to want to run fence all the way around, leaving just a gap where the stairs access is up and down from the porch area. Now if I come round to the back here, you might actually want to change things here as well. If I remove these 3 blocks right at the end and we put a plank block on this corner and some stairs here, then we can have access off of the back of the porch here, and there's a little back garden area to look out across into the distance across the ocean. So having access here is probably going to be a really nice thing for the people to do here. Let's grab the oak fence again and put 2 poles on top. I think we're going to have to remove this tree because it's too close to where the porch is and it's going to encroach. One, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, everywhere that it looks like it ought to have a support going up. And then going to want to use the dark oak slabs to make this porch extend. Now if we look about where the upstairs little area is for the people to come out on their balcony, we're not going to want the roof of the porch to go any higher. So I'm thinking that we are going to want to extend that and this. Now if we want this porch thing to stay here, I think the best thing to do is to start the roof right in line with the base of the balcony, and if we bring it out by 2 blocks all the way around, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we go across the build here, we might have to chop some of this tree. Oh, no, I can't get access because of the trees again. The trees are in my way again. The trees are complaining because I'm taking up some of their space. Let's take a little bit of the tree off. We're going to have to take a few of these blocks off this tree, I'm afraid. So we've got access. Now if we come back around the front here, we're then going to drop our 1 level here. And do 2 all the way around, and that should then sit on top of the support posts that we've put in place around the build. And we go further back. Can we get with the tree? Is the tree? Did I take enough tree? I think I did. To be able to fit it in my building, just like so. Which I think is going to work okay. Now I kind of want to tie this into the rest of the house, so what I'm going to do is run a block along the side of the build at the same height. You can see what I mean by that, can't you? Around the build to tie that in to the entire build, I think. So that it looks like the whole thing is actually a continuation, just like that. See what I mean? So it all ties in together. I think that's working okay. And then here we're going to want to build a roof. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the slab straight on the edge of the roof all the way around here. Oh, we're touching our other build over here again. And this includes the porch area you see in the actual roofing space. And then we are going to want to come in by what? Oh, it won't. Up by one and in by one all the way around. And we're going to form like a triangular sort of shape for the roof area. We just come in. All the way around, and on every layer of course it's going to be a little bit smaller, so that each layer is a little bit smaller as we come through and round. There's going to be a little gap underneath here for where the walls are. We'll fill that in after we've got the roof in from the inside. Oops, not there, there. And then either side here, that's going to have to come off. Get it back in. Carefully pop in a little bit closer and a little bit smaller every time. And of course you can decorate on the inside any way you want. We go. Oh, that doesn't look quite right. I think what we want to do is extend this one more outwards, one more down, just to make it not look quite so blunt and angular. I thought it might work without, but it's not. It doesn't look quite right. So we'll extend it one more, one further down, all the way around. Now my house is going to touch onto the other one, so we'll just bring it up as close as we can to the other house. Here, down a little bit. Let's knock that one out so we can put that there. There we go. And that looks much better. I'm probably going to want to put a torch on the... Oops. I was just going to say we want to put a torch on the balcony, and then I knocked it off. Let's put it in the corner there, like that. There we go, and there we have our basic house. So now we need to decide where to put windows. We're going to need some glass. Some more modern build. I think we will be using the plain white glass. Let's start by going down here onto this porch area and thinking about where we're going to want our window. I think if we leave 1, 2 and put 1, 2 window. 1, 2, space 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, so we've got 4 wide windows. Four block windows, 2 by 2 in size, like so. I quite like that idea. And I also think it might be nice to go in keeping with the sort of rustic feel to use the trapdoors on the sides like shutters for a little bit more detail onto the build, just like that. I quite like that idea, I think. Let's move a bit further back so that you can see what that looks like. And I quite like that. And then upstairs, I think we're going to want to put the shutters in just the same and knock out just one window. I think just, if we knock out, what we do two? Yeah, that will work actually, won't it? It will fit. I was just going to say I don't think 2 will fit, but it will just. And we will pop in our windows, 1, 2, like so. And then we go to the back where we have the view of the ocean and think, do we want another window in the back here? Probably yes. I'm going to go to this side of this build here, so 1, count in 1, 2, and we're going to want to put in the window, 1, 1, 2. I'm just trying to think where the height is for the, so that's where the floor is. We actually don't want it to be right where the floor is, we actually want it to be where the tree is, so we're going to knock a few more leaves out so that we can put the window in line with the front of the build. Don't forget we raised the floor up by 1 from the ground, so you can't count 1 up and then put the windows in, because that's going to put it in the wrong place. Well, that is the correct place for the windows, and let's pop the shutters on the side there, like so. That looks rather high up on the back, so I think what we're going to do on the back is give it a little bit more depth by grabbing some grass blocks and putting ourselves a little window box all the way along. Use the trapdoors for decoration, and then you can put any type of flower or decorative thing into this box, and that then makes it look like it's not so far between the ground and the windows. We're going to want some, what shall we use? We'll use we'll pop daisies where the trapdoors are and fill in the rest of the gaps, I think, with the orchids. So it's not too bright, but it's a nice little bit of decoration like that, and that then makes it not look so like such a big gap between the windows and the ground, so it just kind of cuts up that odd look. Now on this side, what I'd like to do is get some, I should have kept the dark oak stairs. Not the dark oak stairs. I'm going to make a seat. Don't want to put it right on the edge. Let's count 2 away and make it 1, 2, 3, 4 across, so that we've got a bench to sit on. And we're going to pop a light on there as well, So you can sit on the bench and look out. Sit on the bench on your porch and look out towards the sea. Or look out through your back windows and look out across the sea. And then upstairs, of course, we're also going to want windows in the back here of the bedroom. Let's grab the... Right, let's keep them in line. With the windows downstairs and in front. And grab the glass, pop that in. And then I think we're done with our little house. And it's kind of an old farmhouse style with a porch and a nice beautiful little house for living in. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And have fun decorating your beautiful new house. I'll see you in the next episode from Soft Kitty 99. Goodbye and happy gaming! I've had a quick go at the interior just to see what I could do with it. So inside, downstairs, I've got a little kitchen area here, a little space for popping things on a table, and we've got a seating area and a place to eat for the family. So I think we've got everything that you would need for living in this old style house, and I think it looks quite nice personally. Up the stairs we go. I've just filled in the gaps where the roof meets the walls just so that everything's filled in properly. Popped a few banners and paintings in just to give it a little bit of character. And here for the bedroom, I've put plenty of storage space, a nice little bed topped off by the banners, just little half planks here for you to use as a bedside table. And you can see out towards the little village. A little desk or dressing table there. And again, I've filled in the gaps with where we've put the roof in, just to fill in the little holes that were left between the walls and the roof. And here we have our little balcony, so we can look out over the village and the water and the fields, and we can even see the sea. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video from Soft Kitty 99. Goodbye and happy gaming!